What is going on, everybody? Is this real? It is indeed. Although that's not Dad, if you haven't figured that out.
A little darker, but yeah.
Yes, that got a 10.
A strong 10.
Leslie is here in person. What is going on, man? How was the trip?
Doing good. The trip was fine. Oh, somebody said, oh no, yes, I'm not in the chat terrorizing. I'm here in person, here to terrorize all of y'all. Because that's what I do. I disrupt. I terrorize. I make fun of people. Whatever. But yes, you know who I am. Leslie Chambers on Leslie Chambers Kaiju Reviews on behalf of Collect All Monsters. And of course, AJ is my best friend. And my wife Sandra and I, she's off camera. We decided to take a vacation this week. And we decided to go up and see Mr. Fresh Vinyl, Richard Russo, at his place for a few days. And since he stays in Massachusetts, we decided to swing through New York, or Long Island, rather, and say hello to another great friend of mine, the one and the only AJ Russo from Kaiju Live. And I've seen his setup here. I've seen his collection, and I don't want to leave because it is just that awesome. Like what you see is just the bare minimum, but he's got stuff that is just like, woo, boy, God almighty. I mean, seeing Rich's collection was awesome, but seeing what this guy has, oh my God. It's like what Robert Downey Jr. said in Iron Man 3. Take him to church, because that's where we are. We're in church right now. So we're just here doing like a little spitballing and just talking random stuff. We haven't got anything planned, but we're going to talk about it.
We're just totally looking at this. Leslie brought the M1 50 centimeter G64, which is like a rubber kit. I've never actually seen this in person. This is the first time, and this thing is insane. As someone who's owned the KOC and the Gigantic, which you know, this is it, man.
This is the best 64 you ever seen?
Yes.
The best?
Yes. Not yours?
Huh?
You might. I can keep this then? This is not your favorite one?
No, I'm just asking. Yes, this is my. In case y'all don't know, I have a few figures in my collection, just one or two. But this right here is the cream of the crop. This is the best of the best in my opinion, in my collection. This is my holy grail. In other words, if a fire goes down in my house, this is coming out first. But then again, in a few days, something may trump that. Something three-headed, something big, something that I don't care if it has sharp teeth or not. But we ain't gonna talk about that.
Very sharp teeth.
Sharp teeth,
big knees.
Big knees and a tail stand. I mean a knee stand. Like, are we really? All right. We ain't going there tonight.
No, we can go there. Why not?
Really?
Yeah, why not?
You don't mind if I go?
I mean, I'm not saying it. So, but before we get to that topic, I have to say the reason why I think that is like the definitive G64 is because it literally feels like you're holding the suit, like it's a rubber suit, and not.
It's my favorite.
Yeah, it's just like you have a miniature suit, like flat out.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. So this is. I mean, everybody knows my favorite movie is Mothra vs. Godzilla. Yes, it was sculpted by Sakai, but this is from M1. But he was the one. Sakai was with the man behind the sculpt, and everybody knows my favorite movie is Mothra vs. Godzilla. My favorite design is the 64, the Mechagodzilla, like AJ. Even though when we first met, I asked him, I was like, "What's your favorite Godzilla movie?" And he actually said, "Godzilla vs. Mothra." And there is a difference.
There is. Yeah.
And I came so close to booting his ass off that. I was like, no. But then he was like, oh no, I'm clarifying. I meant Mothra versus Godzilla. Because you know he has that New York accent. Mothra versus Godzilla. And I was like, okay, that saved you. Because you were that close to getting booted. And I was like, I thought he was one of the cool ones. But, but seriously, AJ and I have grown to become really, really good friends. Our families know each other. Of course, we got the wives here, and that show is still coming. Kelly and Sandra, the real Kaiju wives of Monster Island, is still coming. I'm going to keep talking about that.
That's right now. Get up.
All right, we're out of here.
Let you go ahead.
Yeah, we're gonna sit down. Yeah, right.
Because behind every great kaiju collector, there's a female kaiju fan and collector, and we got the best wives in the world because they put up with this stuff. And we want to say on behalf of AJ, thank you. Y'all are awesome, because I know us being fans of Japanese rubber dinosaurs and giant robots is not exactly the most normal thing in the world, but y'all have stuck by us and y'all have been with us, and we want to say thank you. Thank you so much.
I'm glad Leslie said it, because I'm terrible at expressing emotions, so that's about as good as it's gonna get.
You're welcome, Leslie.
No problem. Because I know I get it. It can be a lot. It can be overbearing. When we talk about these films, we talk about this particular monster, and sometimes if you knew coming into it, it's like, what's that one? What's that version? What's that version? And sometimes some Godzilla fans get offended if you don't know like what's the designated monster or whatever. It's like, is that the 65? No, it's a 66. There's a difference, blah, blah, blah. But y'all have still stuck by us. Y'all supported us. And that really does mean a lot. I ain't joking about that. That really does mean a lot. So.
And now, Abby absolutely loves Godzilla, and requests Godzilla sometimes. And Kelly gets very.
She was playing Godzilla the other day with Scarlet and Hunter. She's saying, "I'm the Godzilla, you be the monster."
Gotta start them off young.
Yeah.
I love it. Even our daughters, because when me and Sandra got together, they were at first enamored by it just a little bit. Now, I didn't really shove it down their throats.
Is that what you're saying, Andrew?
I didn't say that. I didn't shove it down their throats. Like, if I happen to be watching a movie, they'll sometimes come in and see me watch it, and they'll say, "What's that?" Whatever. And then I would explain to them. But then it got to the point where I really I didn't really want to like do it in the front room, because that's where everybody really goes and watch TV. But if I happen to be there and nobody was home and they happen to walk in, they'll ask me, "What's this monster? What's that monster?" And our kids, our oldest, Haley, but she's at the house now. But Haley she loves Mania. Our middle daughter Olivia, she has a thing for Varan and Space Godzilla for some reason. And our youngest daughter Jasmine, she loves the Martha twins, and she actually has named them. Like the twins that fight Godzilla at the end of Martha vs. Godzilla. I have like a couple Martha larva representations in my figure collection, and she actually has named them. I don't know where it came from, so don't come for me. She actually named one of them David and the other one Lily. So again, I don't know where that came from.
Lily.
So yeah, David and Lily. So in her mind, I guess one is male and one is female, and and when she saw them take out Godzilla, which I don't have a problem with, and I don't understand why people have an issue with that. It's like, y'all have no problem with King Kong beating down Godzilla in the previous film, but actually some fans do. But for some reason, that ending to Martha vs. Godzilla, some fans just can't get behind it. Are you one of those fans?
I am.
You are.
It's nonsense.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, man.
I can understand
too like. I don't know. He just kind of like just takes it, gets some web on him, and falls off a cliff. I don't know. There's no fight. Like, it's just like they show up because he's just trying to walk away. He's like, "I'm just going up this mountain, guys. Leave me alone."
But do you have an issue with the ending of the next film?
Well, it's basically the same thing happens to Ghidorah.
Of
course not.
You have a problem with that?
No.
Oh, okay. So
well, it was a team effort to get to that point, though.
It was a team effort by Martha too. You can't have issue with one and not have issue with the other one. It's the same thing.
Although I do appreciate that in the next one, they basically say that one of them died because of the battle.
Yeah.
So that makes it a little bit better. It takes this thing away.
That's the thing, because the reason why I don't have an issue with that, I never had an issue with that. Never did. It's because it's the whole David and Goliath thing. Godzilla had to get what he had coming to him. He was the evil villain. He was the bad guy. He wrecked Japan. He killed the adult Mothra. He had to get defeated.
I would have liked to at least see him take out one of them on screen.
But also at the same
Just
time,
rip one of them in half.
but also at the same time, it wasn't. But think about it. It wasn't really a physical beatdown. Godzilla did not get like physically manhandled, like what Mechagodzilla did to him in '74, or Godzilla has rarely been manhandled, mind you, but still, it wasn't a physical beatdown on Mothra's part. It was more so of them subduing him, and then because they had to find a way to get rid of him, he had to go away.
Yeah,
and they couldn't physically beat him down, so that was the best thing that they can do.
I don't know. I just I just don't like seeing my boy go down like that. That's all.
I mean, but he rarely does.
Like, I love seeing him get his ass kicked in Godzilla vs. Kong because he got his ass kicked.
Yeah, he did.
Like, I mean, Kong got a few licks in, but Mechagodzilla literally, I don't think Godzilla has ever taken a beat down.
Yeah.
So
let's talk about that for a few seconds. Since I'm physically here with you.
That your boy lost? Yeah.
Yeah. Let's talk about that. I know we had a video about that where I basically had to eat crow. And it's funny when that happened and the movie came out, right? And I have to give it to you guys because all you guys, because y'all know I've been pro Kong. I've been probably the biggest advocate for Kong. Y'all know I would come in the chat here on the AJ show and talk a whole bunch of crap. And I know there's some folks talking about, I can't stand that dude. And I was just trying to just have some fun and spice up the chat a little bit, right? So I knew if Kong was not gonna win, I knew that I was gonna be raked over the coals. But I have to say, even after the film came out, and even when it came out overseas, and people started seeing it more, or they saw it before we got a chance to see it, I expect for everybody to hit me up in Messenger and say, "Ha ha, your boy lost," and whatever. But y'all were really respectful. Y'all waited until I came out and said I finally see the movie. Then you came for me, and AJ was one of the first ones that said, "Hey, Leslie, you want to come on and do a show and talk about what happened?" And as soon as we get on the show, I have Sandra with me, and that's the thing. It's hard being alone on an island by yourself because all my friends were Team Godzilla, even my wife, my partner in crime, my partner, my love of my life. As many times I would say, Kong's gonna win, my wife would tell me, if you don't shut the hell up. Oh God! So
I mean, deep down, you had to know he was going to lose.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, denial.
Right? Like, deep down, you knew.
he had a chance.
No, yeah.
He had a chance. It just the chance got squandered.
Good on the chest.
I mean, I thought their fights were very good.
Yeah.
They were very, very good.
Like, but then when Godzilla finally got pissed off, that was it. Yeah, Kong was amazing in the movie.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Just because you're on team, just because I'm Team Godzilla does not mean I don't appreciate Team Kong. Because, let's be honest, the movie was successful because it was both of those monsters.
Yeah.
If that was Godzilla versus somebody else, it would not have had the impact that it did. Because Team Kong, that was where you connected with the movie. All those characters were way more relatable than anything on Team Godzilla. Millie Bobby Brown, Bernie, those characters are...
Let's not talk about that.
Completely forgettable. Whereas, Team Kong, it's just okay, more of those characters, please. So I love Kong. I hope we get another Kong movie. I hope we get another MonsterVerse movie. I really hope they keep it going, because... I loved it, and now we have Singular Point, which you have not watched, so we can't really talk about that.
Yeah, we can't really talk about that.
But I love Singular Point. And that's it. I don't want to spoil anything for him. That's all I can really say.
Yeah. I watched halfway through the first episode of Singular Point, and my brain overloaded, and I felt dumber, and I just cut it off. Not trying to say that I will not go back to it. I will go back to it more so than the original anime trilogy from Polygon. And that says a lot, because I haven't heard the best things about their anime trilogy. And I'm not really a big anime fan. I mean, me and AJ had talked about this, privately. He was like, "Dude, it looks great." I'm like, I don't disagree with you. It does look great. It does look interesting.
If you're not into cartoons,
man,
it's totally fine.
That's the thing. I mean, I'm into cartoons. I'm not into anime. I'm not into the anime
style.
And And I mean, I watch cartoons, you know, when I can. I mean, it's not me not being a cartoon fan is the issue. It's just I've not really been a big anime fan. But I tried giving a watch one Saturday morning. I got halfway through the 15-minute mark, and I was like, I'm gonna need a break and lay down for like 2 days. And the fact that I've heard that Godzilla is barely in it, like he's in it, but he's not like the real focal point until to a point.
Yeah. I mean, if you're a Jet Jaguar fan, this is your show.
Yeah, yeah.
Which, to me, I'm a big Jet Jaguar fan, and this brought JJ to a whole nother level. I really, really enjoyed it, and for me, I'm one of the people that have been waiting for a Godzilla movie to finally Godzilla anything to have more of the science and scientists. Like that's why I really like Shin. Shin kind of got into it, although they threw a ton of politics at your face.
Yeah.
Where singular point, like the military is almost completely irrelevant, which is what I love. Every time the military comes in to stop something, they fail, and the scientists are like, actually, some mad, crazy stuff happening.
Yeah.
We should look into that. But again, I don't want to spoil too much. But yeah, if I had any nitpick, I would have liked to see a little bit more action. But Godzilla vs. Kong completely filled that appetite, so I don't. It really isn't the knock that I see a lot of people give it, that, you know, there's not enough monster stuff. And there is, it's just with Jet Jaguar and not Godzilla. That's pretty much what it comes down to.
So basically, as you said, it's more about Jet Jaguar. So basically, it's like Megalon all over again.
Kind of. It really, to me, it really feels like a love letter to the show, like to the whole genre, honestly. There are so many Easter eggs. I'm going on my 5th time watching it because I'm a psycho. And I catch something new every time that I watch it that I missed.
Okay.
They did do Anguirus dirty, but in my opinion, it's the best version of Anguirus ever. And I really hope he comes back in season 2, or Big Mama comes back in season 2, or whatever.
Well, you have inspired me to
give it a
shot. Man, we had a conversation with a few friends of ours last night at Rich's house. And they kind of sold Single Point on me a little bit more too. So I know at some point I will get a chance to watch it. But y'all know, I mean, I'm real busy with my 3 jobs. You know, I want to spend time with my wife, you know, and collect all monsters, my channel. I got so much stuff going on. So I don't really have time sometimes to sit down and watch a show like Singular Point, or just a show in general and just binge watch. I don't really have the time. It's not, I just don't want to. But if I'm going to dedicate that time to do it, it's going to at least need to be good. Like, for example, recently I just got into Daredevil, and Daredevil has been out for like 4 or 5 years. This thing, I barely binge anything at all. And I'm like this. So I have like a 3-episode rule. If it doesn't get to, if I'm not invested by the 3rd episode, I'm going to abandon it. But I heard great things about Daredevil, but then I popped it in one day. I put it on Netflix one day, and I really enjoyed that show.
Yeah.
I think season 3 is like the weakest of the 3.
And even then, it's
still good.
Yeah.
To me, the best part about Daredevil is the 2nd season. The whole Punisher thing was gold. I
was about to say,
yeah.
If you like Daredevil, you gotta watch Punisher.
Yeah. I haven't watched Punisher yet, but that Daredevil and Punisher dynamic. That my favorite episode is when Daredevil gets abducted somewhat by Punisher, and they just have like a back and forth. And they're going back and forth, which I was like all over. I was like, why can't we have this in the Justice League or something like that?
I know, it was watching it, I was like, man, why can't I get Batman, Superman talking like this?
Yeah, because it's like when you think about what they're talking about, it's like, in a way, because I'm a father, I have kids just like AJ. In a way, I kind of agree more with the Punisher. You know, because because they have presented in Daredevil a really dark and gritty world where people get killed, people get, you know, raped. I hate to say it, but, you know, and if that happened to one of your loved ones, in a way, in a moment, you kind of go towards the Punisher, where the Daredevil's like, you know, even the worst people deserve a second chance. I get that.
I always love that line where it's like, you're one bad day away from being.
Yeah.
It's like, oh,
it's so good, but it's like, once again, if your wife or somebody you love got killed or just something bad happened to them, you know what I'm saying? It's like you don't want to, You don't want to like just put him in jail, especially in a system that's kind of broken, and see him out on the street again. It's like, that line with what Punisher says is like, you hit him and then get back up, and I hit him and they stay down. I was like, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Even Sandra was like, yeah, I'm with Punisher.
Well, one of the things I'm really excited about, Jacob brought up in the chat, Charlie Cox is rumored to be returning to the MCU. And not just him, also the guy that plays Kingpin, which Kingpin, to me, aside from Thanos, is the best on-screen Marvel villain currently. I just loved Kingpin in Daredevil.
He was great.
So good.
He was great. And sometimes I will play with Sandra where I kind of talk like him, while talking like real low monotone. I try to use the big words like, Sandra, so your day was filled with calamities beyond peril. And I have to let you know that if you fix me dinner, I will grant you all the life and liberty and love that you can possibly muster in your beautiful existence in life. And Sandra's like, basically, so Sandra's like, basically, you tell me if I cook you a good dinner, you'll be nice to me. Like, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I loved how I loved how they like tried to. They like, legit tried to like make him like, trick you into thinking he wasn't that bad of a dude, and then he destroys that guy with his car door. And you're like, oh, that's the Kingpin. I know,
Suit with a nice shirt, and he's
just
somebody's brain.
Man, yeah.
Yeah, so I really have grown attached to Daredevil. I'm rewatching it now because the show that it just like it's just so cool, and I love different things about each season. Like I think the best suit he had, I love the red suit, but I think his season 1 suit was really, really cool. I like the black suit with the red lines on his.
I liked when he was still looking like a Ninja Turtle.
Yeah. I mean, he goes back to the black in the third season.
The season 1 mask was very whatever.
Yeah.
They fixed it in the
season 3. See, that's the thing. In season 3, he started wearing those Muay ropes around his hands. I didn't really particularly care for that.
Yeah.
So I like the all black look of the first season. The second season is my favorite season because of the Punisher. The third season I like best because they, with Bullseye donning the Daredevil costume. Now you got 2 Daredevils going at it, and then you find out about the nun that's taking care of Matt is his mom and blah blah blah. So I love all 3 seasons for different reasons.
I forgot how good Bullseye was in that show. Once you brought it up,
yeah. So
and then if you like that, I highly recommend watching
The Defenders,
Luke Cage, and season 1 of oh my god, Jessica
Jones.
Yes. Don't watch Iron Fist. It's complete. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, so
but I loved. Sorry, my dog's freaking out. We're trying to figure out what's going on. Ghost is losing his mind. But like season 2 of Luke Cage, the villain in that is so good. Luke, I'm disappointed that we never got to see Luke Cage and Iron Fist do something outside of like their small moments in Defenders, which you haven't seen yet.
No. And I made a mistake because I actually I watched Daredevil straight through.
Oh, so yeah.
So I didn't know. Yeah, so I didn't know about the Defenders takes place after season 2, before season 3 of Daredevil comes on. So when the first episode of season 3 of Daredevil came out, I'm like, what happened? Like, what is going on?
Yeah.
So I'm like,
yeah, I think season 3 takes place after Defenders.
Yes, it does.
Yeah,
but see, I never seen the Defenders. So because like I said, I watched all 3 seasons of Daredevil straight through. So when the first episode of season 3 of Daredevil came on, I'm like, I've obviously missed some stuff. But I still watched it and I still enjoy it. And it's a shame that it ended the way it did. It didn't have a season 4, which hopefully it'll get picked up again at some point.
Well, if there's no season 4, I'm glad he's just joining the MCU. Like, I want to see him with Spider-Man. I want to see Tom Holland Spider-Man fight Kingpin.
I have to make a confession here. Tom Holland, not a big fan of his Spider-Man.
Why?
I'm sorry.
Why?
I'll make something controversial here. My favorite Spider-Man is actually Andrew Garfield.
I don't really disagree with that. That's not like, I know those movies get like dumped on, but I really love how Spider-Man is interpreted in those movies.
Yes.
I don't like his Peter Parker. I think his Peter Parker sucks.
Yes.
But him as Spider-Man, I love it. I love the way he fights in those movies. But I mean, I like Tom Holland's Spider-Man because I'm just glad they finally made Spider-Man a kid. Because I'm tired of seeing 35-year-old men playing a 15-year-old boy.
Yeah.
Like, it's just again kind of, it was getting a little. I was like, dude, this guy's like 40. Why is he playing? Like, you're not convincing me he's going to college.
Somebody in the comments said when I said that Andrew Garfield's my favorite Spider-Man, Lenny Romero said boo, and the Boggling Man said nah, Tobey is the most comic accurate, which I can understand because I
still think Spider-Man 2 is probably the best overall. Spider-Man.
Yes, but I can't help it. I love the Amazing Spider-Man 2. I love the suit. Electro was kind of a waste a little bit. They kind of shoehorn in the new Goblin, but
how do you waste such a great actor like Jamie Foxx?
I don't know.
Like,
I
it's
don't
like,
know.
what am I doing? I don't know. Just give me the deepest voice you have, and
apparently he's coming back.
Yeah.
So
if you haven't seen Loki, you know where they're leading, and I'm pretty damn excited.
Yeah. So I mean, I get it. Tobey Maguire is considered like the Superman of Spider-Man. Excuse me, he's considered like the Christopher Reeve of the Spider-Man, because to me, nobody can beat Christopher Reeve as Superman. Like when I think of Superman, I immediately think of Christopher Reeve. I grew up on that dude. He was to me Superman, just like I know for this generation, Henry Cavill is Superman.
I like both. I'm just waiting for Henry Cavill to get an actual movie where he gets to be Superman, though.
Okay.
Like, because at the end of the Snyder Cut, you get a glimpse of it, but
Right.
it's not. Like, I want a whole movie of that.
Yeah.
Like, because Batman vs Superman, like Man of Steel, he becomes Superman, and it's still like not quite there.
True.
Then Batman vs Superman, he's like, I don't know if I want to be Superman.
Right.
I'm so sad. And you're just like, dude, you're fucking Superman. Be excited about it.
Yeah.
And then Snyder Cut was good, but again, he died, and you didn't really get to see him till the end.
Yeah, pretty much. But you know what? This dude has an incredible Batman collection. So let's go into the Batman thing, because I'm a huge Batman fan too.
Before we go there, someone asked about, do I like Bullseye from the original Ben Affleck Daredevil movie? I have a hot take. The original Daredevil director's cut is actually a really good movie.
Really?
I don't know if you've ever seen the director's cut. Has a couple extra little subplots to it, and actually makes it coherent. The CGI still sucks though, so there's no way to patch that up. There's a lot of cartoon looking stuff going on in there. But the director's cut of the original Daredevil, man, it's not as bad as people think. It's actually pretty good. The theatrical version is terrible, just like Batman vs Superman. But all right, we're gonna get into Batman now.
Yeah, because you have a sick Batman collection. I did not know, because you learn something new. Obviously, when you meet somebody in person. But I did not know that you were a huge Batman fan, and I'm a huge Batman fan. I don't have any collectibles, mind you, but I'm a big fan of the character. So, in your opinion, when you think of Batman, as far as live action, who do you immediately think of? My man.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Michael Keaton.
It's Keaton and Adam West, the two people that I immediately think of.
And you know what? Outside of maybe George Clooney, who you think is the weakest Batman? I mean, because George Clooney is a go-to answer, obviously.
Yeah, George Clooney's
but outside of him, since he's a given, who is you think the weakest live-action Batman?
Christian Bale.
Really? The Dark Knight, the trilogy. That guy, those movies is regarded as the best comic book movies. You think he is the weakest Batman?
The Dark Knight is probably still one of the best superhero movies ever made. At least Batman was. And this has nothing to do with Christian Bale at all. Christian Bale is a phenomenal actor, and he does what he's supposed to do. I don't like the characterization of Batman in that trilogy. Because Batman Begins starts off, he just wants to avenge his parents. And, it's real Batman. Like all right, guy travels the world, wants to come back, avenge, and, become the Dark Knight. And then in the next movie, he's all willing to throw it away for a chick. And that, to me, that's not Batman. I think of, when I think of Batman even contemplating giving up the cow, I always think of like Mask of Phantasm, where the guy's literally at his parents' grave crying because he's just insane,
Yeah.
basically begging them to like let him be happy. And it's a lightning storm out, and the storm's just like, no, man, you can't be happy. Like, that's Batman. So the fact that he was just so like, oh, if Rachel just wants to give me that, I'm out. Like, I was just like, man, what happened to your parents? You never hear Batman's parents brought up in the second and third movie ever. They're brought up a billion times in Batman Begins. It's all they could talk about. And then it's completely dropped for Rachel. And for me, that wasn't it. And then that was also the time when you had like guys like Chris Hemsworth literally looking like they came out of a goddamn cartoon, tremendous. And then you had Christian Bale. I'm like, bro, I've seen you get big. You're Batman. That's why I like Ben Affleck. And I know I'm probably going to get a ton of shit for that.
Not for me, because I actually love Ben Affleck as Batman.
Ben Affleck is literally the comic, like, he's literally the animated series, like, come to life.
To me, he's like...
He's just in a very bad movie.
To me, he's like the Batman from the Arkham City games. You know, he's very intimidating. He could be scary sometimes. I mean, they lighten him up in Justice League, but I think his take on Batman in Batman v Superman was tremendous. Tremendous. I mean, it's just like you said. It's messed up that he was in a questionable movie, but I would have loved to see just Ben Affleck's Batman in like a dark, gritty version of like Gotham City, you know, whatever.
Well, they're actually talking about, so like the movie that he was supposed to do with Deathstroke.
Yeah.
That they basically canned and now became the Batman with was it David Robinson?
Yeah.
They're supposedly in talks now of bringing that back to life as a HBO Max show.
Cool.
So I would love to see that. I don't know. I know there's a lot of Ben Affleck haters. I remember when he was first announced, the internet basically exploded. Like
the same thing they did with Keaton back in the day.
Yeah, well, I get Keaton because Keaton was a comedian who never had a serious role. So people are like, what the fuck is going on? People are like, dude, this guy was Beetlejuice.
But however, Michael Keaton in a way is kind of like Denzel Washington. He's very versatile, and there were times where he played a somewhat sinister villain. Like there's a small movie, maybe not enough people know about this, called Pacific Heights, where he plays a scam artist. This was like before identity theft and everything, but it's a great movie. In my opinion, it's a great movie. And he plays this guy where he moves into this apartment that's run by this couple that's trying to rent out these. They bought a big house and they rent out rooms in the big house and turn them into apartments to make some money to make the mortgage. And Michael Keaton plays this guy where it's like, you know, he comes across as this guy that has a lot of money and, you know, whatever, but he ends up basically just like stringing them along and basically he just does these people in financially. And he just plays like just a bad person. And so Michael Keaton at times did play a guy that can be super goofy in Beetlejuice. He can be funny in certain movies.
He's becoming amazing.
So I thought that he was the perfect guy to play a guy that's so complex, where he can be one guy one way, but a totally different person, which is perfect for the identity of Batman.
I will always say this though. Michael Keaton does not have the hair to be Bruce Wayne. You need beautiful hair like this.
There you go.
Wayne, all right?
There you go. Yeah, you know what? You do have the Dark Knight.
I even got
hair.
The gray on the sides now. Yeah, man, going for it.
Yeah, but jumping off your Christian Bale, because I don't really think about Christian Bale when it comes to being either the best or the worst of Batman. He's like the middle of the road for me. Yeah. The one thing I wish they could have done more with Christian Bale's Batman, I wish they could have showed him more as a detective, where they showed him more figuring out stuff or whatever.
Yeah, that's kind of been every issue. Although, I mean, I did like that they finally brought Lucius Fox into it. So I guess, you know, I did like that aspect of bringing another character in. But yeah, I didn't like that he basically deferred to Lucius for everything.
Yeah.
And was just like, all right, well, you let me know. And it's like, dude.
Yeah.
You're the greatest detective, are you not?
Yeah.
So I would have liked to see a little bit of more of that. That's what I actually think we're getting. That's why I'm really excited about the new movie. I think
what's his face? Robert Pattinson?
Yeah, I think like we're finally getting, and the fact that they're using the Riddler, I think we're finally getting like the greatest detective Batman. Finally,
I hope so.
at least I hope so.
I hope so.
I want like that psychological thriller as opposed to an action movie.
It's
Which
basically
is,
it's basically like the movie Seven, but with Batman in it.
I mean, I'm all for that.
Yeah, before they bring in Superman and the aliens, let's just get like a dark, gritty Batman movie.
What if they cast two different guys to play Batman and Bruce? Would that work? That would be really interesting. I don't know if that could work.
Yeah,
They'd
but,
have to have the same lips.
yeah. I mean, but from an audience, member point of view, that's what they'll be looking for. They'll be looking when the guy's playing Batman, like, no. I think it'll be like a huge disconnect if they got two different people playing Batman. I mean, this is not Ultraman. I mean, of course, you can't have the guy who played Hayata be in an Ultraman suit. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like that. But I agree. I think they could have done more with Christian Bale as Batman. But the movies are great. I mean, nobody can deny that. But when I think of Batman, I always think of Michael Keaton. I'm so looking forward to see him come back in the Flash movie in a couple of years. Or next year, right?
I think it's soon. Yeah, I really think they're going to use Flashpoint to bring the Snyderverse like back to continuity. And if they don't, WB is literally the stupidest company on the planet.
All right.
Like, it doesn't make everyone right now after seeing the Snyder cut. Did you see it? The Snyder cut of Justice League?
I only got to the part where they started talking about Cyborg story. I haven't finished it. I know that sucks because around that time I tried watching it. I did watch it.
It is 4 hours.
Yeah, it is 4 hours, and you got to dedicate some time.
Yeah.
Then 2 weeks later, Godzilla vs. Kong came out,
Yeah.
and then I was all into that really. So I haven't really gone back and watched it, but I will. That's the thing. I am so busy. I know I keep saying that, but I'm literally really busy. But I don't have time to sit down and watch anything. And then by the time I do get home and watch something, it's not even that. But then I kick myself in the foot. But like, you know what? I should have taken that time. I should have took that time to watch this or watch that or whatever. But I know I will at some point. It's just a matter of when I can.
Yeah,
find
it's almost strange to watch because like if you watch the theatrical version, when I watched it, I was like, yeah, this is probably the best it could have been.
Yeah.
And then you see the Snyder cut, and you're like, what the? What? Like they cut out the fact that they diminished the Flash and Cyborg, who basically both of those characters ended up being like the heart and soul of the original movie to nothing in the theater. It's my like Cyborg is, in my opinion, the literal main character of the Snyder cut.
Cool.
It's awesome. I cannot believe that they hated Snyder so much to do that to him. Basically.
Right. Yeah.
So that's I hope it comes back. And I hope they use Flashpoint to do it. Otherwise, it's just gonna be
crap, right?
I mean, unless Keaton's Batman's
amazing. Yeah.
But this is the thing, though. If they bring Keaton's Batman back and then don't lead into a Batman Beyond, I'm also gonna be pissed, right? Like if you're bringing in old man Keaton as Batman,
especially if he's willing to do it,
that has to lead into Batman Beyond. If we don't get Terry McGinnis, gonna have to march down to WB.
But then again, that's the same thing that's one of the issues I had with Godzilla vs. Kong, or at least the idea of the Warner Brothers not only having Kong, not only having Godzilla, but Mothra, Rodan, King Ghidorah, and Mechagodzilla. The fact that Kong did not even come across Mothra or Rodan, I thought was a big missed opportunity. Once again, as I said on the live stream I did the other night with Rich, you only had one more shot of having Godzilla and Kong in the film. At least have this shared universe where all these monsters are together. And you don't bring them in at all or something. So, I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's the one biggest disconnect of Godzilla vs. Kong is it almost can just be a standalone movie by itself.
Yes.
Because they completely cut out everything from Monarch. So Monarch is literally the focus of the entire MonsterVerse until Godzilla vs. Kong, where you get Lance Reddick for 2 lines. I mean, you don't even know he's the director of Monarch at the time. You only know that if you look at the credits and look them up, and then cutting the Mothra ending. The original end credit scene was supposed the actress is even credited. The woman that played basically the Morpher twin. Was supposed to be the egg hatching.
The girl from Project Tiger Hidden
Yes.
Dragon. I think her name is Ziyi Zhang. I'm sorry, don't kill me in the comment section, but her. The assassin from Rush Hour 2. That's what I know. The assassin from Rush Hour 2.
So as much as I love Godzilla vs Kong, it was really the full on modern day Showa.
I agree.
A monster mash movie that
I
I
agree.
wanted to see.
I agree.
And they did not disappoint. If you don't like that movie because the story's stupid, totally get it. If you tell me the action sucks, you're blind.
Yeah.
It's the best monster action I think we've ever seen in any movie.
It's especially from the monster versus the best monster action.
Yes.
I would agree with that.
But the connective tissue to really make it all feel connected, it just wasn't there.
It wasn't there.
They just cut it. Everything got cut.
But we still got the movie because, in all intents and purposes, because of COVID, a lot of stuff could have happened that would have derailed this movie, quite frankly. But we still got it.
Yeah.
And this is the movie I've been waiting for a long time. And as I said many times before, I wish the human story would have been better. But the monster action kind of makes up for the fact that the human story is not that great. And like I said, even though Kong lost, I still maintain that second Hong Kong fight, or at least the Hong Kong fight in general, is one of the best that I have ever seen. It's I mentioned this on the Monsters with Attitude show I did with them a couple months ago.
Yes.
The action was so great. I forgot what team I was on. That's how great it was.
All I know is I never knew how much I needed to see Godzilla on all fours until I saw it.
When you look at that fight, AJ, think about the fight. It's they didn't just do one shot. And mostly in these Godzilla films, they do just this big shot where they show the monsters in the countryside or whatever. But they did every shot. They did the big shot. They where they both monsters are in the frame. They do a shot behind Kong. They do a shot behind Godzilla. They do a shot from Kong's point of view when he's got Godzilla's head in his hands. They do a shot from Godzilla's point of view when he's scratching Kong's chest or whatever. Just the shots in that film were just glorious. They were beautiful. You even get shots from a bystander that happened to be there from their point of view, looking up as Kong is climbing the tower or Godzilla is trampling over them. It was just a beautifully shot movie. And that point in the film, because me and Sandra were watching the movie, obviously, and we were on separate sides of the living room. It just happened to be that way because we're on, being on two different teams here. But now, mind you, of course, they did show a lot of the fight in the trailers preceding the movie, which was kind of a bummer. But that one shot of Kong throwing the crane to distract Godzilla, and he jumps off and dives on Godzilla and body checks him into a building, right? I was like, yes! And I was in Sandra's face. Let's say you're Sandra. I was like, yes! Yes! And then seconds later, Godzilla flips him over and dislocates his shoulder.
And then chucks him 800 feet with his mouth.
And I said, say something? Did you say something?
And then Godzilla got on all fours
yeah.
And I was Philip Kong. I was like, no, don't scratch my chest. No. And then he put his foot on his chest and then got in his face. I'm like, start the buses. It's time to go home. It's over. Yeah. It's over. And Kong was like, and Godzilla was like, submit. And Kong's like, okay.
And then dies.
And then just dies. And then it's like,
dies dead.
That wasn't enough. I'm trying to get myself together. I'm like, oh my God, social media's gonna kill me tomorrow. And then later on, when you find out, not only did Kong get his butt whooped decisively, definitively, not once but twice. You had to add in the fact that he was going into cardiac arrest and he was dying. Like, come on now. Come on, man.
But it still didn't matter because he still got the final blow.
Yeah, he still got the final blow. Even though you got some Godzilla fans out there that was like, well, he really didn't get the final blow because Godzilla blew fire on the axe and that kid from Deadpool poured the liquor on the circuit board. So technically, Kong didn't really do anything. Blah, 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 blah.
It's just... They teamed up and defeated the monster. Yeah. It doesn't matter. Who cares? It doesn't... Yes, Kong didn't defeat him by himself, and Godzilla didn't either. So,
Yeah.
I'm like, but give the monkey credit just a little bit.
Yeah, dude, he did
Just a little bit. It's
Sub-Zero
not gonna hurt.
fatality.
It's not gonna hurt. Give him something. I mean, because Kong, by all intents and purposes, Kong was really a victim of the film. You know, he got dragged off his island without his knowledge. He didn't know what was going on. He gets caught in Godzilla's enraged, path of destruction, basically. And Kong is like, why is this dude coming after me? Whatever.
I still wish we would get a director's cut though, because there's been a couple scenes that have been leaked.
Yeah.
A couple interviews where the actors are literally talking about an entirely different movie.
Yeah.
And you're just like, wow, that movie sounds interesting. Where is that? There is none of that.
Yeah.
So I kind of feel like almost the same situation with King of the Monsters, where I think Doherty wanted to do an almost 3-hour monster movie, and the studio was like, nope. No. So he basically made a super fan version. And it's a little choppy, and it is what it is. But like I kind of feel like Adam did the same thing. He had this big movie planned out, and then they decided, nope, just get to the good stuff.
Yeah, but the monster action between Godzilla and Kong in the movie was great. The shots of the monsters were awesome. The fight scenes were great. Just Mechagodzilla was just,
Mecha Kevin.
Or
you hate it.
Or well, the design I don't like, but the performance I enjoy. That's why I call him Monster Zero Mechagodzilla. I think that sounds cool. And just the fact that he just mopped the floor with Godzilla. Even though I was on Team Kong, even I was feeling sorry for Godzilla. I was like, Godzilla, you're not gonna punch him. You're not gonna scratch him. You're not gonna do something.
I mean, I think he body checked him once, and that was it.
And he just shrugged it off, and then they revived Kong, and then the girl's like, Kong, Godzilla is not enemy. Kong is a better person than me, just like you're a better person than me when it comes to social media. Because had I been Kong, and Gia's like, Godzilla is not enemy. You need to help him. I'm like, the dude that just whipped my ass and put me in cardiac arrest, you want me to help him? And you got to feel for Kong, because when he goes unconscious, there was one Godzilla. He wakes up the two of them. I'm like, and technically, Mechagodzilla at that point is controlled by Ghidorah. His natural enemy was Godzilla, right? Kong could be like, hey, I got nothing to do with this. I was dragged in it, not by my own free will. So I'm just going to go to Harlem and eat some bananas and watch Beyonce videos and I'm just rambling here for no damn reason.
We got a couple questions here. So
what's up?
Do y'all think Legendary will continue the MonsterVerse, or is it over? If they do continue, do you think it's contingent on re-signing with Toho? Or I think it's going to be both. I think if Toho needs more time to think about it, they're going to continue. We've already heard the rumors of Son of Kong, Kong and the Hollow Earth. You can do as much. You don't need Godzilla to continue this. He doesn't have to be in every movie. Just like Kong Skull Island was fantastic, and that didn't have Godzilla in it.
True.
So I think the MonsterVerse will continue whether Godzilla is a part of it right away or not. I personally don't think Toho is gonna pass it up. Has Godzilla ever been this popular? Honestly, in all of your years of being a fan, I have never felt more of a just Godzilla's everywhere than basically this, since this movie. I mean, between merchandise, between seeing all these young fans, where this movie, Godzilla vs. Kong, whether you liked it or not, that movie is literally creating an entire new generation of fans. Which
it saved the theaters too during the pandemic. It saved the theaters too.
Yeah, save the theaters. Everyone thought Black Widow was going to save the theaters.
But Wonder Woman.
Nope.
No, that's right. Wonder Woman didn't come.
Well, yeah, they kept delaying Black Widow because they were like, it's going to be a big hit for the theaters, and then it bombed.
Yeah. Our movie saved the theater. So basically, everybody in the world should send every Godzilla fan or MonsterVerse fan a thank you card for because we're trying to tell you that this movie was going to do big. And they're like, nah, it's not going to do it.
And then, not to throw any spoilers out for a singular point, but, Toho's been talking about creating a new Godzilla universe. And if you watch Singular Point, It's very possible it's that, because Singular Point can literally go in any direction it wants to, and is establishing like a multiverse. So I don't know. I really don't know what Toho is gonna do. Whether they're gonna do World of Godzilla as live action, or they can continue it with Singular Point. Are you guys making fun of us?
No. I was just saying.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're fine.
Sorry, I thought Kelly was making.
Because we know all y'all saying is that we're like the sexiest men in the world, so we already know what you're saying.
Yes, you are.
All right, what other questions we got in
Yeah,
here?
definitely.
Rob S. Leslie, what are your thoughts on the 25 centimeter 2002 standard?
Oh, the one that just came out. I have the Rick, and I think it's a great figure. I have a review on my channel for the Rick. Matt Jacobson, Gojira at 51. He put a review of the standard on his channel. Please go check it out. I think it's a great figure. It's not the Sakai 2002. Don't get that twisted. But
That's
if you
why I passed on it.
right,
I had the Sakai, so I was like, I don't need this.
right. But if you don't have the Sakai
Yes.
and you want a 2002, that's like the next best thing. So I recommend it. Or even if you're a 2002 fan, and you already have the Sakai, because I got the Sakai 2002, and I like it. I enjoy it. I can't speak for the next person or whatever, but I think the key to the figure is because of the jaw being a little bit partially open and a little bit longer than what it should be. The best way to remedy that, and I say that in my review, to take one of your tail stands from X Plus that you're not using and tilt the figure forward, and where his jaw is not, where the lower jaw is not sticking out too much, because he's looking down, the jaw kind of looks tipped in a little bit more. But if you do that, change the posture of the figure, the jaw being a little bit out there is not as prevalent. So that's what I would do. But I think it's a good figure. I don't think it's gonna win figure of the year from X Plus, But like I said, if you don't have the Sakai 2002, it's the next best thing.
The fact that the gigantic Mechagodzilla didn't win figure of the year last year, I mean, can we even? It's all thrown. I'm just
I mean, you know what? Honestly,
the only reason why I didn't win is because a lot of people just didn't have it because of all the shipping delays.
yeah, and I think if more people had access to the gigantic Mechagodzilla, he would have won. Sorry, I'm just loving this puppet.
Yeah, we got Kelly doesn't do finger puppets anymore. Kelly does hand puppets.
I'm gonna need more in stock.
Oh, we have to get you more premium hand puppets.
Look at him. This guy's look.
She needs a Ghidra.
You're calm.
She needs a Ghidra.
So and no, Adrian, I'm not a hater. I mean, you got to know. I ran the poll.
Look at that. Look at
What? Guys, it looks high as hell. Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Well,
It's me earlier.
I'm really the new gigantic 54. I don't have it in hand yet. I originally passed on it.
Are you getting it?
Maybe. I originally passed on it because I do have the Sakai 54. And the original promo pictures of the new gigantic 54 I didn't really like. It was for those that watch the show, I'm not a big fan of hyper stylized stuff. So the 54 had a big chest. It kind of looked weird, but now it looks like that stuff was completely retooled, and the 54 looks amazing.
Can't wait.
It looks so good.
Can't wait. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it.
As for, are we adding any Ray Harryhausen figures? I am. Guanji, Cyclops, Kraken. I need some of my Ray Harryhausen guys.
Eric Kaufman asked me, "Have you gotten the Star Ace Triceratops, Leslie? And if so, your thoughts?" Sorry, Eric. Unfortunately, I don't have the Star Ace Triceratops. I do have the Star Ace. What's it? Allosaurus that I got from Kaiju Live. The fine folks at Kaiju Live. Please go to the store. They're awesome.
Before half of them fell into the ocean.
Yeah. And mind you, I operate under a rule of thumb that I don't collect anything that I've not seen the movie of that particular design or figure or monster. And I've never seen Woman in USB-C, but that figure was so good.
It was.
It was so good. I was like, I need to make an exception. And quite frankly, even though I know it's officially the Allosaurus or however you want to call it for Woman in USB-C, in my collection, I have it up against the gigantic 89. And in my mind, and I told AJ this, and he kind of and he laughed at me. But in my mind, the Allosaurus, I'm substituting him as the Godzillasaurus, and the 89 Godzilla is, you know, how he was before he got irradiated. That's what I'm doing. I know it's weird, but that's how I'm displaying my Allosaurus. But it's a great figure, even though I have not seen the movie. But I think it's a great figure. But I'm not getting the Triceratops because I'm getting to the point in my collection I need to start really being selective for what I want to have in my collection, because I got the Spiral Studios
King
King
big boy coming taking.
Yeah, I got a Spiral Studio. I got the Spiral Studios King Ghidorah coming. Sharp teeth or not, whatever. Smoke cloud, tail stand, and knee stand or not, whatever. It's coming, and I'm going to talk glowingly about that when it comes. I'm getting the new Gigantic 54. My wife and I, Sandra, we're getting both the Death of Biollante. I'm getting the standard. She's getting the Rick, getting Martha 92, getting Rodan 2019. So aside from that, and the Roto Kaiju Kong, Drunk Kong, getting that. But aside from that, I know it's a lot of stuff.
Aside from all that stuff?
Yeah, aside from all that stuff.
Let's talk about the stuff you're not getting.
Yeah. I mean, but once again, I'm being very mindful of what I want to add to my collection because I'm running low on space, and I don't want my figures bleeding over to other rooms in the house. I don't want to do that to our home or to Sandra or whatever. So,
Jacob says,
you don't want it, or it's just how to have.
Oh man.
Maybe a little bit of both, but see, I'm at a point where I'm being more mindful of that because there are a lot of things that Sandra and I want to do. I'm still gonna be a Godzilla fan no matter what, but I'm getting to the point in my collecting journey where space is becoming an issue, and I want to do more than just collect Godzilla stuff.
Yeah.
I want to go to Japan when stuff gets better for us to go to Japan. I want us to travel more. I want to do things more so around the house, and all that takes money. Yeah. So I want to do more. I want to do more because, I mean, no lie. Sandra has been a godsend. She's been the best thing that ever happened to me, bar none. And the fact that she accepts me for liking this stuff, collecting this stuff, has really been a godsend. But I know that, you know, she knows that I can't do everything, and I shouldn't do everything. I shouldn't get everything. So to meet her halfway, because that's how marriage works. I'm like, you know what? I can chill out on buying some things and just focus on getting stuff that we need around the house, or doing something more for her. You know, buying her an extra diamond ring is not going to hurt anybody.
Oh,
so, because that's what I do. I keep my queen laced in Coach pocketbooks.
Yo, can you chill with this nonsense?
Keep talking.
Keep
Oh my God! We're going on vacation in like 2 weeks.
School them. Go back to the diamonds and the
Yeah, so I keep my queen laced in diamonds and Coach pocketbook.
Apparently, sleeps in the garage outside.
So, but I think we're all gonna get there at some point. When you accumulate a lot of stuff, you know, you're gonna want to slow down, or at least be more selective with what you want to add to your collection. I think we're all gonna get there because last time I checked, none of us are millionaires, and we don't have an unlimited amount of space. But the stuff that I do want to create room for, I'm definitely going after, like the Spiral Studios King Ghidorah. When I found out that AJ was a part of that, I'm like, I'm behind that. I'm going to get that because I love King Ghidorah. I love that version of King Ghidorah, and the fact that my best friend is behind this project made me just say, you know what, I'm going into it.
Yeah,
So
I remember you were on the fence. You were like, I don't know. Well, a lot of people were originally because, you know, Spiral's a new company, so people were like,
yeah.
Let's take the wait and see approach.
Yeah. And I'm glad I didn't wait too long because now he's sold out.
Be able to get it. Yeah,
he's sold out.
It's over.
And but
unless you want extra sharp teeth.
Yeah, extra sharp teeth.
You might find some extra.
Or a smoky cloud knee stand to hold them upright or whatever. I mean, like I said, you are godsend compared to me because I'll be done cuss somebody out. So
I wish I was allowed to just say what I want to say.
I can say it because I'm his angry translator. So all you people out there that are complaining because you get these early overseas photos of the Spiral King Ghidorah with the not so sharp teeth and the smoky cloud stand, the knee stand. Once you get that figure in your hand, y'all gonna shut the hell up, and that's what y'all gonna do. So let's not talk about that. Let's not focus on the negative.
But what we can't talk about the positive. If you're unaware, the owner of Spiral Ash has already worked on a. There is going to be a replacement right head with sharper teeth, because the right head is the one with more. The jaws are more open, showing the teeth more. So that's already going to be happening. Anyone that's already, no one's really gotten their Ghidorah yet. It hasn't officially hit over here. But anyone that went out in batch 1 that hasn't gotten it, you will be receiving an extra set of heads. And then any ones that haven't gone out are going to be getting the new head already. So for you knee cloud haters, there's nothing we can do. It's a 50-pound statue. It needs to be supported.
No, it needs to be a clear tail, a stand. It has to be clear. That's what it needs to be.
So why it can't be clear or acrylic, which I've had some people ask, like, why can't it be an acrylic thing? Again, because it's 50 pounds and you want this thing to last. Also, there are places around the globe that suffer from earthquakes. So you can't just have your 50-pound statue with a 4-foot wingspan just chilling by itself. So it is what it is. Is Spiral going to focus on film accurate sculpts, or will they do some stylized sculpts? For the Ultimate Master line, everything is going to be film accurate. There will be definitely some stylized stuff, and we have a lot of stuff to announce very soon. I know, I say that pretty much every time I go live, but I promise you it's actually gonna happen soon. Maybe even next month.
Yeah.
Jacob want to know, are you going to be buying the 30 centimeter X Plus AJ Russo when that comes out from X Plus?
What did he say? He can, hold up. Leslie, I see him. Jacob said, Leslie, do you plan on buying the X Plus 30 centimeter AJ Russo?
Could you imagine?
Can you imagine that?
That'd be hilarious.
It'd be hilarious.
Instead of Dr. Cherizawa, it's me.
Yeah. I would, you know what? You know what? I would buy. You hear that, X Plus? I would buy an AJ Russo. As long as the rig comes with Kelly.
With finger puppets?
Yeah, with her with a cake in her hand. If that's a rig option, I'm buying AJ Russo. But
oh yeah, let me get that done immediately. Be dialing.
But yeah, there you go. But yeah, when that figure does arrive, hopefully it'll arrive real soon. Y'all gonna know about it because I'm gonna be talking about that. Hopefully I have Sandra there to help me unbox it and we'll talk about it. Of course, I'm gonna have AJ on. We're gonna talk about it. I'm gonna do a review on it. I'm gonna do a size comparison video. I'm not gonna do it all in one thing. I want to splice it up so I can give it as much promotion as I can. Cause I think the thing is gonna be amazing. Not to mention I'm gonna talk about it on Collect on Monsters, and hopefully I'm gonna try and find a way where I can display it that whenever I do videos or video projects,
it's gonna be like figure out.
Yeah,
like how do I stand behind it to show off how massive it is, or do I put it behind me and block it? I don't know. This thing will. Yeah, I have to like get it in. Because basically, give me him. Or
sure.
So like, imagine this. But his wings go from me to all the way to Leslie. So like, where are you putting this?
Yeah. So let me answer one question, and then we can go into one more topic. Cause I see our wives getting a little bit tired. So let me just
you guys can go to bed. You don't have to be down here.
Okay. All right. Luminous asks.
Well, can you get me another beer?
Luminous asks. Hello all.
That's
Leslie,
why you sleep in the garage.
Did you see anything in Frank and AJ's private collections that blew you away? One word, everything. Everything blew me away. This dude has got some great, not only Godzilla stuff, but he got some great superhero stuff. I'm not gonna tell you everything he got in his collection because it's not my business to tell you all that. But the way he got it set up has really inspired me to make some changes in my collection room. Now, mind you, my room is not it's not a hot mess, but seeing Rich's collection a couple of days ago, today or yesterday, whatever, has really inspired me to make some changes of my own. Actually, that Spiral Ghidorah that's coming is going to make me change pretty much everything. I got to figure out where to put it. But actually, seeing his collection, I'm really impressed by his superhero stuff. He got some Justice League stuff. He got some Marvel Avengers stuff. So I'm really impressed to see that. So it's been great seeing this stuff. It really is.
It's always nice to have someone come over that actually like appreciates the stuff, because growing up it was always like, we were talking about it before, it's always just like, oh, like, why do you have so many of the same character? And I'm like, what? These are different Godzilla suits, you uncultured swine. And then, it's just like, why do you collect toys? Yeah, blah, 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 blah. Now, toys are everything. So, yeah.
Yeah, toys are everything.
That was my Little Pony collection. Yeah, he wasn't allowed to see that. That's embarrassing.
I don't judge. And you know what? Let's talk about one more thing.
Ooh, do I still have the Batmobile? Actually, I do, but Leslie hasn't seen it because it's in the other room. I'll have to show you that before we leave.
Please do. I want to see, which Batmobile is it?
89.
Oh, my favorite.
It's 2 feet.
Oh my God, I can't wait to see it. You know what? I have to say, I love the 89 Batmobile is my favorite, but I am kind of partial to the Batman Forever one. I don't know why. I mean, there's something about, now the movie is off the wall, but that version of the Batmobile, I like, which is why I don't know why they changed it for Batman and Robin, and he has no sunroof, so if it rains, he's gonna get rained on.
I'm still very upset that Hot Toys did not put out the 66 Batmobile.
Yeah.
They were supposed to do the entire 66 collection. They even had the prototype out, and then they canned it. But I still have my 66 little bomb.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get the Batmobile. You showed off your magnificent M1.
Get it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go.
While AJ is gone, let me just touch on a little something. Of course, I mean, he'll come back and we'll talk about this, but everybody knows this is Hedra's birthday. Today marks the 50th anniversary of the weird, psychedelic, but fun Godzilla film, Godzilla vs. Hedra, aka Godzilla vs. Smog Monster. Oh, also check out Monsters with Attitude on their YouTube channel. They just finished talking about that film. They did a dedication discussion about that film not too long ago, around an hour or two ago. Please check it out. I saw a little bit of it, and they were awesome. So yes, 50th anniversary. Who would have thought only the Japanese can make a giant piece of shit so lovable? It's the truth. That's what Hedra is. He's just a giant, big, walking pile of crap with these weed-induced eyes, right?
Nothing to see here.
Oh my God, he's got the Batmobile.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Nothing to see here.
Oh God.
Wow. That dude is huge.
And it comes in case.
Take the shield off.
I'm trying
Just
to.
pops off.
Oh man, that's hot.
That's hot.
This is my pride and joy. It's my baby.
Is Batman in it?
No, he's in the case.
Happy
But he does fit in there.
That's great, man.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's
You want to hear a funny story about this?
Sure.
So, one day I come down, because this is in my little gym area, and I come down and I think we're doing yoga, and Abby goes to sit on it, and I'm like, Abby, what are you doing? And
I think you were.
I warned her first, and then she like sat on it, and I got raged out, and she started crying. And apparently Kelly goes, well, I let her sit on it all the time. And this is why she sleeps in the garage.
Oh man.
Yeah, if you were like, hey, you're really expensive 2-foot long Batmobile.
Wow, that's awkward.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's terrible. Would you think?
It's sturdy. And
It's
it
not
has
a go kart. It's
It's
collectible.
a case and whatever.
This is a plastic case. You're crazy. Feel my pain, people. Feel my.
Well, that's wonderful. We ain't trying to start no domestic dispute in here, but
I mean, I did get pretty angry.
I can understand. I can understand. You know what? I can share.
It's.
You know
Go
what?
look up how much that costs now. Get out of here.
You know what? I can share a similar story involving one of my figures. Because Sandra and I have grandkids, and Sandra, you remember this. But one day, I went to work. I think it was on a Saturday, and the grandkids were over there. I went to work, and as soon as I come home, I say hello to Sandra and the grandkids, or whatever. And now, mind you, my collection room is upstairs, but I don't always go in there every single day. I just go in there random whenever I feel like it, right? And so I go home, say hello everybody, put my stuff down, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go upstairs and just check on something. And I go upstairs and I walk into my room, and then I notice that my Kamunga, my S Plus Kamunga, is on the floor, and one of his legs is separated from it.
Oh.
And I turn around and Sandra's right there behind me. Now, mind you, we got a bunch of steps. So, and she must have been like right on me, or she traveled 25 steps in like 2 seconds. I'm like, first I'm thinking, how the hell did you get here that going fast? And she was like, listen, it broke, and I'll help fix it, whatever. I'm like, it's okay, babe, it's all right. So I just put some super glue on Tucamunga and fixed them. But the way that Sandra just came up the steps and I didn't hear her come up, I think I asked her, like, are you part Power Ranger? Like, how'd you get up here so daggone fast? So I can understand, when you come home and something gets broken or whatever, it is what it is. I mean, your loved ones, they don't really know, and it's not like they intentionally want to break your stuff, but sometimes things happen, so it is what it is. But hey,
But you didn't get mad?
No.
No, I mean, you're better than me. I blacked out.
No, because for one, things happen, and kids are gonna be kids, and
She's something broke. I can't imagine.
No, it did. Let's not imagine that.
But before you left and got the Batmobile, let's talk about this for a little bit. Let's talk about
the 50th anniversary.
50th anniversary of Hedra. Let me ask you a few rapid fire questions if you don't mind.
All right. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's like being on your show, but at my house. All right.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay. Where does the movie Hedra rank in the 70s films, from your least favorite to your most favorite? Like, what's your least favorite 70s film?
Oh, that's tough. Cause I kind of grew up on the 70s film.
Yeah. I'll tell you mine to give you a frame of reference, okay? From my least favorite is Megalon, then it's Hedra, then it's Terror Mechagodzilla, then it's Mechagodzilla 74, and my favorite is Godzilla vs. Guy again. So, what is your least favorite to your most favorite? Where does Hedra fit in all that?
I guess it has to be Godzilla vs. Megalon is my least.
Okay.
Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 74 is my favorite.
Really? Okay.
Favorite.
Huh, your favorite?
Yes.
Your favorite? So what's 2, 3, and 4?
I'm trying to get there. Well, Godzilla vs. Ghidorah was probably my most watched movie as a kid. I rented that thing out from Blockbuster constantly. Anytime we returned it, I was like, we're gonna get it again. So I'm actually gonna rank Godzilla vs. Ghidorah as number 2.
Oh, okay.
Just because I've seen it so many times, and Save the Earth is the greatest song ever written. Then I would do Terror of Mechagodzilla. Then I would do Godzilla vs. Guy again, and then I would do Godzilla vs. Mech. Yeah, that sounds about it.
Okay.
I mean, I love all those films, but
Yeah.
on the spot, yes, that would be.
What is your favorite Hedra superpower? 'Cause he has a few of them.
Yeah.
He can change. He has that laser from his eyes. He can shoot out that liquid.
I mean, he can hit the pipe pretty well. We were watching it with our cousin, and he's on the smokestack, and it's like he's literally
Oh,
just he's just getting high right now, and Godzilla's coming in and wrecking he's trying to party. Uh, but honestly, I would say I just love the fact that he can literally just destroy everything with his body. He doesn't even need. Like, honestly, we still have no idea how Godzilla lived. Godzilla pretty much should have died in that pit, and he doesn't. No one. It's never explained how he even gets out. He's like, I'm out. Hey, look at me. You're like, okay.
Yeah.
So I would say that, like, he can just literally, pee on you and you die.
Oh, so that liquid muck thing.
Yeah, when he just kind of poops on you, just poops on you.
Mine would have to be the laser. Mine would have to be the laser from his eyes. Like I love that. It just comes out of nowhere. It's like, dude, what else can you do besides shapeshift and throw liquid shit at people? And what else can you do? All right, next question. All right, where does Hydra rank in your favorite villains from the 70s? You got Mechagodzilla, Gigan, Megalon, Titanosaurus. Where does he rank?
Mechagodzilla, Titanosaurus, Gigan, Hedorah, Megalon.
Oh, okay, so he's like near the bottom.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, that's. I'm gonna stick with that. That sounds about right. I don't know why he's at the bottom because he should be more towards the top. But I love Titanosaurus. Titanosaurus is just the coolest because he's a Spinosaur, even though he doesn't do anything. Yeah.
What is your favorite scene involving Hydra in Godzilla vs. Hydra?
The cars.
When he shuts the cars up?
Yeah, where like they're where they're trying to drive and the sludge happens, and then they get out and they turn around and it's just like him on the pile of cars, like kind of bringing them in.
Yeah.
I love that shot. That shot's so cool.
What's your favorite scene involving Godzilla?
Him flying.
Really?
I mean,
not doing the Ultraman thing.
I'm not that big of an Ultraman fan,
yeah,
so
yeah.
Even as a kid, I never even made that connection. As an adult, I clearly go, oh, hell yeah. But yeah, I mean, him flying is literally the stupidest thing that's probably ever happened. But yet the most memorable.
He does talk in the next film, you know that, don't you?
I mean, it's also amazing.
He does talk.
Something funny going on.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. All right.
Oh, it's the best.
All right. Describe the film in one sentence.
One sentence?
Yeah.
Save the Earth.
There you go. But yes, this film is celebrating 50 years, and it is crazy. And now, mind you, from my point of view, the film is not in my top 10, but it's a fun film that I go back to every now and then. And I don't like when Godzilla fans dismiss it because it's so weird. I get it, it's weird.
Love the weirdness of it.
Yeah, it makes it stand out.
My only complaint, honestly, about it is I don't like the circus Godzilla theme that they gave him. Rewatching it now, he doesn't. I don't even think he ever actually has the Godzilla theme in that movie.
He doesn't.
He just has that
He has that new thing, but it sounds like it was made for a fat guy.
It's like the Peter Griffin.
Yeah. Even when I heard it,
Yeah.
and I mean, now mind you, it was. Now imagine it was more perfected in Megalon, but in '71, it just sound like sometimes when they play, it sounds like the orchestra just ran out of breath and they just like, I'm like, did y'all just lose breath in your instruments? Like, what happened?
Yeah, it's very just That's probably my biggest complaint with that movie would be that.
Yeah. But I have to say, I love the film. I enjoy it. Like I said, I go back to it every now and then when I want to watch it. It's not something that I watch every single week or whatever, but to me, it's a fun film. And I think it's highly underrated. I think a lot of people tend to dismiss it because it's so funky, it's so weird, it's so psychedelic that people are like, nah, I can't get into it. But for me,
when you first saw that movie and they're in the disco and then people have fish heads.
That's the thing. It has some weird moments that even I to this day cannot really explain. The people with the fish heads.
No, I mean, what was your reaction? Were you like, what the?
I mean, because mind you, that's the thing. That's my whole. that's my whole
Then they play that weird music.
Yeah.
It's totally.
That's my whole defense when it comes to Godzilla vs. Kong. When people say a lot of stuff in that film is not realistic, it's like, but when you watch Hedra, yes, a lot of stuff is weird or whatever. But at that point, I seen Godzilla go to outer space. I seen Godzilla talk. I seen Godzilla become a daggone giant mechanical alien magnet.
Yeah.
So there's nothing that you can do in a film that will surprise me and say whatever. So even with when the fish head things, I was like, okay, he's hallucinating. But between that, you have those weird people that are looking at the bonfire celebration at the end before Godzilla and Hedra fight. I'm like, who are these people? Like why are they there?
Are these the fish people?
Yeah, like so. There's a lot of weird stuff going on, but the weirdness I think really adds to the film because I think it's kind of hard to produce a serious and Shira Honda-ish type of movie around Hedra. So you needed something that's out there. And I think that's one of the main reasons why this film is so beloved and why it is a standout entry and why, in my opinion, it deserves a lot more love than it gets. Now, mind you, collectible-wise, Hedra is like off the chain. There's like 1 million Hedra collectibles out there. I think you mentioned this earlier between Godzilla, Hedra, King Ghidorah, Mechagodzilla.
Those are the core 4 of collectibles.
Hedra is everywhere. So, what's up?
Is it Hedra?
It's both.
I say Hedra.
I say Hedorah. Because he's adorable. But yeah, I've always said Hedorah just like I say Ghidorah.
Yeah. So
like some people say Ghidorah.
Yeah, King Ghidorah.
Ghidorah, Ghidorah.
Yeah, I mean, but when I first saw the film,
tomato.
When I first saw the film, the dub of the film, they actually referred to me as Hedra. But then I saw a different dub of the film where they call him Hedra. And then once I started becoming more familiar with people in the fandom, a lot of people that I talk to that I'm cool with, they refer to him as Hedra. That's what I adopted. I mean, there's really no wrong way.
He's basically called that all the time in the movie.
That's why you can't mess up. Godzilla. Unless you watch one of them older fans where they say Godzilla, and I just freaking lose it.
Yeah,
that's why I can't play Biollante around her because in that film in particular, that film is notorious with the dub. They refer to him almost every time they say his name out loud as Godzilla, and when that happens,
it's like there's no freaking R in Godzilla.
and I'm the one that's like, babe, calm down.
It's like in Gino. It's Gojira, asshole.
Yeah, but Sandra gets so upset that I have to calm her down. I'm like, you still cooking tonight? We still having hamburgers?
But get it off of there. I can't hear that.
Yeah, so I guess to put a bow on this this discussion with Hedra or whatever, but happy 50th anniversary to Hedra. Once you pop it in and watch it the night before 12 o'clock comes in or whatever.
Did anyone get the Mondo Hedorah that dropped today? I know Mondo's a very, very sensitive topic today. Pretty sure every group that I went through, not a lot of kind things to say about our friends over at Mondo. And I get people's frustrations. I wanted that 84 too, and it was, you blinked and it was gone. So
yeah.
And I honestly still haven't talked to a single person that actually got it directly from Mondo. Everyone that I see got it from eBay.
Yeah.
So hopefully you didn't get raked across too bad, and it sucks.
Yeah, but hey, it's part of life. It's part of the game sometimes. So only thing we can do is just move on and just hope the next big thing that comes out won't be such a hassle to try and get. But hey, it is what it is.
If I can't get that Attack Peter Godzilla, there's gonna be problems.
You mean like
I want to go live immediately. This is an outrage.
Is it gonna be like
his teeth need to be sharper?
Is it gonna be like Abby sitting on the Batmobile type of problem?
Yes, pretty much. Yeah.
Good Lord, have mercy. He's going to jail then. Oh man, it's been great. Shooting, you know what? It's been cool.
Yeah, man. Thanks so much for coming out.
Sure. Like I said to you privately, and I know I said to you earlier on this show, but you mean a lot to me. And I mean that with the utmost sincerity. Sandra and I really appreciate you and Kelly and Abby and Frank and opening your homes up to us. You cooked us some great food. You gave us some great conversation. And it's just nice that, what started out as us being YouTubers or kaiju collectors has really blossomed into.
I ran up to Leslie at a Summit Kaiju panel, like, "Hey man, I watched a show. Can I get a picture?" That was me.
Yeah.
Now I'm living the dream.
Yeah. No, I'm living the dream because we're here in Kaiju Live HQ, and we've seen this like on so many different Sunday evenings. And it's like, the shows are fun. The shows are great. Y'all are great in the chat. Y'all provide great conversations, and y'all provide a fun atmosphere. You don't bring the bullshit, and that's what I really enjoy about this hobby. Yes, it's disappointing when people kind of get out of hand with their opinions, whatever. I mean, that's just the way it is. But AJ's show, Kaiju Live, and what he does, what he provides for the community, really is a sterling example that we are a great community, and we need more people like him, like Kelly, Sandra, like y'all in the chat.
Big Frank.
Yeah, Big Frank, and we
everyone knows watching me and Dad fight each other on stream.
Yeah, so so it's been fun. Thank y'all so much for supporting me on my channel and on Collect All Monsters. Not gonna be up here forever. 'Cause I know at some point I'm gonna stop doing the YouTube thing, but I'm having a blast thus far. Yeah.
Sandra says bullshit.
Yeah, no time soon. But I know at some point, I know I'm gonna, like I told you earlier, I want to do more things.
Another 10 years or so.
No. I won't say another 10 years. I say maybe I give myself. I don't want to not 10 years, but I know at some point I want to do more things and branch out and do other things. And
in terms of like YouTube or just
just YouTube. I'm always gonna be a fan. That's never gonna change.
Yeah.
But you got up and coming coming YouTubers that are doing the exact same thing that I'm doing, what Rich is doing, and they're doing such a great job. Like I said, Monster with Attitude. You got, Godzilla 851 out there, Brutezilla. You got Godzilla Train 1090. You got all these people that are passionate, and it's great to see that. It's passionate about what we love, the collectibles, the movies. They celebrate it, they enjoy it, they embrace it. They don't think it's B-movie entertainment. And you have all these people coming up that want to just be and contribute and do why I wanted to do it in the first place. Because I feel like I can contribute. I feel like I have a voice to offer, or a different point of view to offer. And we got a lot of people that's doing that right now. What you're doing, what everybody else is doing. So I don't feel the need to be up here, several years from now, when you got lots of great people out here want to just let their voices be heard.
I do, like, as a quote unquote content creator, it is a challenge. Like, even, I've been busy with a lot of other stuff. Like, I had an entire different plan for this year in terms of what I wanted to do. Live.
Yeah.
And I started out with it. Like, I remember in the beginning of the year, a lot of the auction shows were starting off with a live chat. We did a live chat into the auction, and after the conversion, and we changed the room here and made this the new room. I haven't done that yet. Although tomorrow, Attack Peter is joining us to talk some Mondo stuff before the auction. 8:00 tomorrow. Peter, if you're watching, what's up, man? Can't wait. And but yeah, I had trying to come up with different content. It's a challenge. It really, because it's like, do you want to? That's why I love doing the live thing. The live thing's a little bit different than filming and breaking. Like, I tried it with that Allosaurus review. I didn't enjoy it as much, honestly. Like,
it got me wanting to buy it, so you did a great job.
Well, thank you. But like, I enjoy this. I love the chat. I love interacting with people.
Yes.
And I just love that aspect of it. Whereas when you're just trying to pump out a video, sometimes it just felt like, I was like, man, I kind of just want to just like hold it and just talk to you and be like, hey man, look at this Megalon, it's awesome. But yeah, I had so much stuff that I wanted to do this year that is probably just not even going to happen. I still want to do the live chats. I know the Gamecast thing kind of fell off, hopefully, but that's mainly because there's not a lot of games.
Yeah, true.
I try to play Destiny, but no one cares about that, which I totally get. We need some more Godzilla games.
Yeah, some actually good Godzilla games.
Speaking of, what is one of the ideas that you want to do different? Do you have anything, or is that an off the air comment?
No. That's the thing. I haven't really thought about doing anything different. Me doing reviews or just commentaries or just doing live streams like I've been doing. I know I've been slacking on that really, but once again, I've just been real busy. So I haven't really.
It's hard to always like find a day where
Everybody can come
Every
in.
time you ask me, I'm like, I might be able to, but I'll have Abby maybe.
Yeah, and it's like I'm open to collaborate with other people to come in and join, but I have my core group of guys that I love to death, and we have this great chemistry. You, Phil, William, Matt, Butch. Not trying to say that I'm not open to work with other people because I am, but y'all are like my go-to crew outside of Collect All Monsters. So when one of y'all can't make it, I just feel like the circle is incomplete, and I would do a show without you, but I really do not want to.
I'll just throw Abby in the chair.
Yeah.
Like, all right, Abby, here you go.
So,
yeah,
over 9K said, thank you, Leslie, for being a beacon for others and a real role model and a great spokesperson for the hobby. Well, thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you. I never really set out to be that type of dude. I just wanted to be just somebody that really just like I said, I feel like I have something to contribute, because in real life, unless I know you, I don't really talk a lot. Sandra can tell you that. There are times where me and her sit in the same room, and sometimes she forgets I'm in there. But but when you see what you see on videos, is me just be really, really being passionate about this stuff, because I love being a Godzilla fan. I don't care that it's a community, or Godzilla's an icon that may not be universally accepted like Superman or Batman or James Bond. I don't care. I've been dealing with that my whole life, saying, you like that stupid, Godzilla stuff or whatever. I'm like, yeah. So it doesn't really bother me anymore, because I'm content in who I am, and I'm content in what Godzilla is. And I can watch a Godzilla film and be thoroughly entertained. I ain't got to judge it. I ain't got to worry about if it's fake or whatever. I can let my mind just submerge myself into Tokyo or Mount Fuji or Monster Island and just have a good time. Because one thing about Godzilla that he has over a lot of these movie icons, all of his movies have great replay value. So I can pop pretty much any Godzilla film, maybe with the exception of 98 and Space Godzilla and Final Wars. Ooh. That's another story. But a good chunk of these movies are great, and they provide great replay value and great entertainment. But again, I want to say personally that, it's really been fun seeing you, AJ, build this store and build your business and build this community. It's really exciting to see that. Now what you're doing with Spiral and just all the stuff that you want to do, it's nice to see that, because you are making this hobby flourish. You're bringing more people into it. You're doing a lot of great things for the hobby, and I've always wanted to see that. And in fact, you're doing it for the right reasons. You're not doing it. I mean, of course, you want to make money and provide for your family. That's fine. But you're doing it because you're also a fan. You love these movies. You love these characters. And a lot of people have jumped on Godzilla recently because of the MonsterVerse, but you can tell a lot of them don't really love the character. A lot of them have not really seen the older movies, and you can see right through that. But with you, you're genuine. You're awesome. You have a beautiful, awesome family, wife, child. And I'm so honored to call you my best friend. I love you to death.
Man, I'm so bad at expressing emotions. Thank you so much. Oh man, I'm so terrible at this. So he's gonna make me like cry on screen on stream.
Hearing stuff.
Yeah. I don't do well with.
Is he getting a little teary?
But like one of the things that I wanted to do with Kaiju Live, when setting out to try to have fun with this and join my dad, because this was originally my dad's thing, was growing up trying to be a part of the fandom when you were young. It was tough, man. There was a lot of people that, for instance, I'm a Trendmaster kid, love Trendmasters. That's I was 12 years old when that movie, when all that stuff was coming out. So it's like that for me was like, oh my God. And then, when you would try to meet other people within the community, people didn't, that Trendmasters would look, I mean, there are still people that shit on Trendmaster toys, and so for me, my mission statement for Kaiju Live was to just build a community where it doesn't matter what you like, as long as it's Godzilla, it's high end, low end, it doesn't matter. You want to just collect candy toys? It's awesome.
Yeah.
Let's collect some candy toys. So I just We got questions about the shop. When does the movie Monster Series Mega Launch ship to you guys? We should have that next month. For those that order through the shop. So I hope that I've been doing that. I do always feel like the Kaiju Live chats and the groups that we have in the Discord, everyone is pretty friendly. And when they're not, I typically kick them out because I really just don't want any.
For that, really.
Yeah, that like it's the toxicity stuff. It's just don't get it. If you don't like the movie, it's cool. There's 40 to choose from. There's 40 to choose from. Like that's what I mean. There's something in this fandom for everybody, and I feel like that is what should be celebrated, as opposed to, well, I'm a Showa guy or I'm a Hesai guy, or if you're somehow a Millennium guy. GMK is in the movie. Yeah.
Your Cassandra's about to give you that look. Like,
well,
okay.
I mean, honestly, I almost take GMK out of that because it's. I honestly don't even remember the other movies.
Yeah.
They're so like just
Forgettable.
kind of exist, and GMK is like the
above the rest.
Yeah.
Which is cool. I understand that. So,
but
it's been fun. It's been real fun.
Thank you so much for the comment.
Sure, no problem. Thank you for allowing us to come in, and we've had a great time on our vacation, and this has just made the vacation even better. Thank you so much. We really do appreciate it. And I'll see y'all when I see y'all, I guess, on Let's Chambers College Reviews, Collect All Monsters, or you may see me come back here in the chat. I'm sure you will, and talk about a bunch of crap, because that's what I do, ladies and gentlemen. But hey, I can't change who I am. Why should I? So,
Absolutely.
But thank y'all so much for being a part of this show. Thank you so much. Yes.
All right, everybody. We will see you tomorrow night. We're gonna be going on a little earlier. We should have Attack Peter with us at the 8 o'clock hour, and then whenever we wrap that up, and then
Say bye.
The most beautiful boy here.
Yes, he is.
Have a good night, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. Like and subscribe. Be on the lookout for more content from Kaiju Live.
You know it.
Good night.
Bye-bye.